Hey guys, welcome back to the next part of this series, or the new video on this series. This is a new series that we're going to be having very often. So, well, not super often, but every now and then we're going to have our student portfolio review. So we had our number one video yesterday, and today we're going to continue with the other three submissions that submitted for this first round of submissions. So we're going to start with Josh Gupta, who did this robot wasp, and he sent us a lot of renders from the robot wasp. So let's go. And yeah, when I saw this model, I was like genuinely surprised. This is a hard surface model, and it's a very complex model. There's a lot of cuts, there's a lot of parts, there's a lot of like elements all throughout. This is definitely a cinematic or a commercial model. This is not something that you could get in the game. This is a very nice ambient occlusion render, by the way. I totally like it. This close up, amazing. Like just the way that he was able to engineer and make sure that every single piece inside of this makes sense. It's great. So I applaud that. A small detail that I noticed here, this shape right there, it looks like it's still the hard surface shaded on, or the what's the word, hardened edge on the edge. Just make sure that it might be my computer. I'm not sure, but just check that out in case it's not working. This is great. Well, one small note here. This sort of things, you need to be very careful. You need to, of course, like in this one, it works perfectly fine. But whenever you're in production, you need to talk about like paper thin meshes. In this case, all of this like elements here, the body of the stinger, they seem to be a single-sided geometry, which is not bad, but when rendered in certain angles like this one, it seems like it's paper thin. So some people might actually go all the way to, or would add the extra geometry. Other people like to add like small lip, so that you have this sort of like bending, like what metal does, and it doesn't look like this. I think this piece right here, it might miss a little bit of smoothing, just small detail. Like it's not bringing anything of this element down. Just keep that in mind. And yeah, like your cleanness, man, it's great. Like this works perfectly fine. It's a great model. The textures, which is the render. We were talking about renders yesterday, remember? This was it Emilio who did the Kawasaki plane? This is what I'm talking about, Emilio. If you're watching this video, you have a great model. So it's just a matter of doing exactly what Josh did here, and add some very basic textures, some very basics like stamps, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of grime, a little bit of rust here and there, and you're gonna have a great portfolio piece. This is great, man. Josh, this is a great render. Like the materials. The metal edgeware here, this is where I would, again, you're already in a very good level. I'm pretty sure you're already like a professional 3D artist, and you're already working, and if not, you have everything that you need to get a job. Just put your name out there, share your portfolio, go to any like conferences or anything you can to get exposure and meet more people. This is where I would start going into the like very fine details. So one of those details is the metal edgeware. I can see here that you apply the metal edgeware pretty much everywhere. Like every single edge in your scene has this. And again, if you check our videos, whenever we do hard surface, I always try to add a clouds or a noise modifier and multiply it against the noise, so that it's not a constant noise, because objects will never like get damaged in a uniform way. You're always gonna get like bigger chips somewhere, smaller chips somewhere, places where you wouldn't expect to get chips. Like I wouldn't expect to get like a metal edgeware inside of this circles right here, because they're protected by everything else. So it's very difficult for something to actually hit that specific angle. That's the kind of things that people are going to be noticing, and probably not like any normal human being, anyone that's not in the 3D world, but people that are looking for potential artists, and they want to go for like the very best. They're going to take a look at, they're going to see like, oh, he used the metal edgeware, but it's just overall like everywhere. There's no breakup on the metal edgeware. Which again, it does not mean that makes a bad piece, of course. We talked about that on the last video. If you didn't stick until the end for the last video, check that. There's a little bit of advice there. Never take this sort of feedback personal. It's always things that I would do to improve your work. So just keep that in mind. If you have time to improve it, then go for it. If you're already working in something else, then take what you're learning from this one and apply it on the new ones. That doesn't mean that you always have to go back, because every single piece that you do, there's always things to improve. And even if you change that, then someone else might find something that might be worth changing. So sometimes you just finish a project, learn from it, learn the feedback, get the feedback, and then apply that feedback to the next project. There's a couple more renders here. This is a perfect, super beautiful front render. It's great. I'm wondering what kind of render to use. It kind of seems like it's is it keyshot? It's not keyshot, is it? I'm not sure what this might be. because it looks very, very clean. There's a couple of UV seams here. You can see how the texture is getting stretched out. Also, the cables here, a little bit more work on the texture, maybe some height to just break up the silhouette, because this just looks like a wallpaper. It doesn't look like it's actually like creating this sort of fibers. So even just a normal map, I don't think we have a normal map. Now, if you're using just this like super global ambient light, that also tends to give very flat renders. So trying to create another sort of render might also be a good idea. I think it's in like a Studio HDR, because I can see the shining here on this different areas. But it's a great piece, man. Like, this is super, super good. I'm curious about the topology though. I'm a little bit curious, and I'm always curious because doing this sort of things, for instance in ZBrush with light booleans and stuff, you can create some very nice things, but from making a very nice thing to make it work on an engine or work on a movie, there's a gap. So I don't think we have any. We have UVs. Okay, yeah, no, so you're totally fine, man. You have this. Oh, actually, you have an art station. Let's look for your art station. Josh Gupta. We're gonna do a little bit of stalking right here, which again, thanks Josh for submitting this. Let's save it. Yeah, this is you. So let's go for your 3D models. I can see that you have other stuff. Yeah, so this is great, man. Like, I can see your improvement. Like, you started with something simple, like just a product thing. Like this guy right here, 5 months ago, not bad for a first like tackle at a like a games sort of model. But if you've been improving from this to this in just like 5 months, props to you, man. That means that you've been doing a lot of work, and that's a great progress. This little cam right here, also really good. That's a great topology, so that lets me know that you know what you're doing. So at this point, Josh, my best advice for you, man, and hopefully you're watching this, and for everyone else watching, of course, this advices are not only for the people participating, it's also for everyone else, is find what you think will make you find what you're the best at, and find the thing that you want to specialize at, okay? So from what I can see here, you really like hard surface. Go for that. Like, just forget about characters if that's something that you had on the back of your mind. You're great. You're a great mech designer. You're a great like a hard surface modeler here. So just focus on this and become like a great hard surface guy. You're gonna have a lot of work, and you're gonna have a very bright future in the 3D world if you can keep up doing this sort of work. Now, I'm not sure how long it took you to do this. Probably like a lot. I would say at least a week, like a full-time work. So this is great, man. This is totally great. Congratulations. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a great time as a 3D artist. It seems to me, based on your portfolio here, that you already work on some stuff. So that's great. Congratulations, and keep up the work. Keep inspiring people, and keep sharing this sort of stuff, which is it's just great. So that's Josh. We also had Meet Rathod, who gave us this rigging arm, which is from our course. So I'm actually gonna pause the video here real quick, guys, while I download these scenes, because I wanna see the whole deal. So give me just 1 second. There we go. So Meet submitted this robot arm animation, which I think he used the tutorials that we shared while I was in the hospital, while I was sick, and he shared. He has this video, the test video. So let's take a look at the animation. Okay, that seems to be moving perfectly fine. The animation is nice. It looks very nice. So that's a great animation, simple animation. And here's the rig test. And we have an AK-FK system. Great. So then this means that you probably didn't just see the free videos. You actually took our rigging course and created all of this a very nice rig. So I mean, yeah, man, this is great. The only thing I would advise is go for a more complex model. Like, I know you probably wanted to just like practice a very simple setup here, but yeah, just go for a more interesting model, and I think you're gonna be just fine. So yeah, you have my the hierarchy that I normally teach here. The controls. I'm not sure why we're not seeing the controls right now. Are they turned off on the? That's weird. Because I thought they were hidden here or something, but no, maybe you just exported the animation or something. Yeah, because this is the animation. But yeah, I mean, that FK IK system, man, everything seems to be working just fine. So congratulations. This is exactly why we do the courses. So Meet, thank you for showing me this, because this means that whatever I've been teaching you guys throughout the videos is actually working, and you guys are making good use of it. That's what I want. That's one of my main motivations to be an instructor, a teacher. I like to teach people how to do things and then see the crazy things that they do, because it's really encouraging to see that the information that I've gotten throughout the years and that I continue to get because I am always learning, is being useful not only for me but also for you guys. So this is a great piece. Now, if we wanted to turn this into a portfolio piece, I would definitely improve the render. So my advice would be check out the videos that we've been doing about render. I mean, this is not bad, but maybe a different kind of ground. Maybe just do a little bit of a model for this. Have you seen like the kids? This guy reminds me a lot of like the like wooden cubes that kids have. So it wouldn't be difficult to create just a very basic wood texture and paint them in different colors. Just give the animation a little bit more love, a little bit more life, right? And that's gonna give you a great piece. That's the pole vector, perfectly fine. That's great. Yeah, this is like everything that we saw in the rigging course applied like to perfection. So congratulations, me. This is great. Now I'm gonna pause the video once again, super short jump, because I have the alien that was submitted by. Where is it? Farhan Warsi. So I'm just gonna open this in real quick, guys. It's just gonna be a quick jump for you, and we'll continue. So the project's now loaded. Farhan, sorry, Warsi was kind enough to share the scene as well. Don't worry, your scene is safe with me. I will never do anything bad with the scenes or with the files. We appreciate all of you guys' trust in us to share all of this work. And he submitted this guy right here, which again, as I mentioned in the last video, he looks a lot to me from like an enemy from Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if he's referencing one because I haven't played all the games. I just played one and I don't remember this one in particular. But if you just reference that one, then congratulations. This looks really clean. So whenever you have a file, of course, it's very important to set the project. And here I've created this right here. So we have this robot crab. And I should be able, do you have the scenes here though? Oh, wait. I thought we had scene information here. Oh, we do, but it's compressed. So face organic portion, ready for rendering. I'm gonna unzip this one. And there we go. I'm not sure why it got compressed. Maybe you made a mistake when zipping this, guys, because every single file is now compressed. But that's fine. Let's just see if this works. It seems like it does. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Great. So let's take a look at the topology, which is the thing that I'm gonna be judging now. Because this to me seems like a great model. The render that you were able to create, it's very good. Again, one of the things that I would do for the guy here is just a little bit of transmissions of surface scattering, make it look like an actual gummy. So I'm gonna see if I can render this or work with it. Let me go to perspective view. There we go. Did you block the geometry? It seems like you did. Okay, there we go. So this is gonna allow me to see everything. Good, man. This is great. This is great geometry. Great geometry. Excellent subdivision method. Everything is really clean. It's definitely dense. This is almost 2 million triangles. So again, this would be something that I would do for like a cinematic or like a movie. This is not something that would go easily into a game. 2 million polygons. It's quite a bit. But yeah, this is working perfectly fine, man. Like even this, that's fine. I mean, the fact that we're not seeing that topology, as long as you never open this like gates right here, then you're fine. Like intersecting geometry is not bad as long as it's not gonna be animated. So yeah, I mean this looks really good. Let me see. Do we have textures? Let me check if you submitted textures or if it's all. Okay, this is the concept. Oh, we do have a concept. That's great. So the concept is from Plasma. This dude named Christian. Scout versus aliens, and this is Crab Hand. Okay, so now that we have a concept, I can actually give you a little bit more feedback because we can compare the two and see where they match and where they don't. So overall, I would say you nailed it, man. The proportions are a little bit off. That would be my main advice or my main thing for you to review. And by proportions, I mean take a look at the size of the body right here. Like let me use a snipping tool here. So if we take a look at the size of the object here, like this shape right here, you can see it's very similar, not super similar, but close to this shape right here, right? To the whole hand. And here, it does seem a little bit smaller compared to this guy right here. So I would probably increase this guy right here. Now, another thing that I see here, and this might be that you are not familiar with ZBrush yet, but the guy is a little bit more sculpted, and this is a little bit more modeled. So there's like the eyelids and the sorry, and the like movements here. There's a little bit of texture. So those kind of things might be something that you might want to add. Important, you missed this detail. Very common. It's very common for students or for people that are learning. I'm not sure if you're a professional 3D artist or just learning. It seems to me that you already have a very good hang out of the software. Like you already know how to model properly. This is the kind of things that you can't miss. Like the client's immediately going to be like, hey man, there's like this little antenna on the head and it's not there. So make sure you don't miss that. Everything else, man, you totally nailed it. There's another cable right here that I'm not seeing in your concept. It's missing. But the pistons and everything's like really good. Another thing here again, like the proportions, like you can see that this guy's right here and this guy right here are almost the same height. See, they're very similar, and yours are like really long over here. So the difference is a little bit more intense there. So I know that anytime you transfer something from 2D to 3D, you're gonna get this sort of differences or small tweaks here and there, but you need to be as careful as possible to keep everything as proportionate as possible. So yeah, I don't see any textures. I think that would be your next goal. Like if I was your mentor or your teacher, the next thing I would say is you need to learn how to UV and you need to learn how to texture this guy, because this is a great model. Like this is a perfectly fine portfolio piece. But again, if you do the same thing that we had with Emilio last video, if you just texture this guy with some little grime and rust like what we have here in the concept, it's gonna be amazing. Like this is a stellar portfolio piece. I would almost say that this could be your cover piece for your portfolio as a 3D modeler, as a 3D artist. It's just a matter of learning a little bit of ZBrush to like really sculpt this guy up here, and learning UVs and texturing. I'm not sure if you already know. You probably already know. Maybe you already know, and it's just a matter of taking the time and doing the UVs. Let's see. Do we have UVs? No, we don't have UVs, so that's fine. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna show you here. Let me do a quick test and see if I can render this. Let's see if it doesn't crash. So I'm gonna go here, system, just change this to GPU. Where's your shot cam? This one. So panels, look through selected. Also the lighting like situation that you chose here, that's perfectly fine. It just shows the whole thing in a very nice light, and it's great. So I'm gonna go Arnold and let's hit render. And hopefully this won't crash because it's almost 2 million polygons. So anytime you render, Arnold needs to like take everything and load it into the disk for this to render. So I'm gonna pause real quick. Oh, I was gonna pause because it was taking a little bit too long, but it seems like this is working. So let's just give it a couple of seconds here. Let me pause. I don't want to waste your guys' time, so I'm gonna just... So no, it didn't render, and it's probably because I need to wait a long time for everything to load. So I don't want to again waste all of your guys' time, and I still need to finish a couple of extra work that I have here in the studio. So we're gonna just leave it like this, man. I'm gonna talk about subsurface scattering again in this next series. By the way, in this week on Monday, we're gonna start with a new series. I mentioned in the last couple of videos that I have this like small creature, like a creature idea that I've been wanting to do. So I want to do the ZBrush sculpting and then do a little bit of basic texturing and then just render it out into a very nice like turntable. And we're gonna talk about the kind of effect that you can do here for the blob, so it looks more like a you know, like a gelatin or something. And yeah, that's it, guys. This is it. This is all the submissions that we had for this time. So thank you again, everyone, for all of your submissions. It was a very nice activity. I think this is a cool series. We here in Nexttut believe this is gonna be helpful for you because this is a way in which you can share the things that you've been learning with us, and we can help you improve even more. So if this is something that you like, please let us know in the comments. Comments are super important for us because that's the way we know about you guys. We know how many of you guys see our videos, how many of you guys like the videos, but the comments are the way that we're gonna be communicating with you. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share. All of those things are important, but comments are going to be super, super good for us so that we can know what kind of things you want to see in this series. Was this good? Was this too short? Was this too long? Would you like me to actually go into the files and modify things and change things in a more like hands-on approach? Let us know. This is your channel, guys. We do what you guys ask for, and we try to share some very cool stuff with you. So if you have ideas on what else to work on, please let us know, and we're always happy to improve. We're always happy to keep providing you with cool content and even better 3D info. So that's it for me, guys. I'll see you back tomorrow when we start our new series. Thanks again to all of the students that submitted their works. You guys are great. Thank you for letting us do this series, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.